Okay, let's continue from where we stopped. Give me 1 second, I did something. Am I doing this here? Okay. Okay. Right. So do this, minimize that, and this is where we stopped. Okay. All right. So then this should be, I was using a green pen. Okay. So this should be how much? This is 11.3. This should be 1. Okay. 1.5 inches, not meters, inches. So this should be inches. And this is our answer for this part. Okay. All right. Then we are here. So big equals small 1 plus small 2. Big is who? NQ, because Swal wants NQ, so N to Q is big. So then it will be N to P plus P to Q. N to Q, I don't know it. N to P is 1 1/4 plus 1. So this gives me 2 1/4 inch. So this is NQ, okay? Or you can write your answer in decimal, but because the question gave you in fraction, your answer should be in fraction. You can change it to decimal if your choices are also in decimal, okay? This will be, I want AC, which is the big, so big equals small 1 plus small 2, AC equals to AB plus BC. I don't know AC, so that means I know AB, which is 4 9/10, and BC is 5 2/10, which will give me, that is 11, and that is 10. So 10 1/10 centimeter. Okay. So that's 10 1/10 of a centimeter for AC. For AC. And you box your answer. Okay. Then we do this one. We want GH, which is small 2. So we'll do big equals small 1 plus small 2. Big is FH, S1 is FG, and small 2 is GH. FH is 15, FG is 9 7/10 plus GH. We subtract 9 7/10 on both sides. This will give us 0. This will give us GH. And then 15 minus 9 7/10 should be 5 3/10. Okay? And our unit of measurement is millimeter. And then we box our answer. Okay? Here, what do I notice? I notice that I have two congruent parts. MN is congruent to NO. So I start there. MN is congruent to NO, which means MN is equal to NO. And if MN is 4 6/10, NO should also be 4 6/10. But what does the question want? The question wants M to O, which is the big part. So big equals S1 plus S2. Big is MO, and then it is made up of MN and NO. And MN is 4 and 6/10, and NO is 4 and 6/10. And this will give me 9 and 2/10, and my unit is centimeter. And this is MO, and I box my answer. Okay, what do I notice? I notice that I have two small parts, and they are both congruent, and they don't have a measurement. So because they don't have a measurement, I will put a variable. In math, when we don't know something, we replace it with a variable. Then we write our equation. So I have big equals small 1 plus small 2. My big is Wx, my small is Wy and Yx. Wx I know is 8 and 8/10. Wy is A and Wyx is A. And this gives me 2A and 8 and 8/10. We divide by 2, we divide by 2. This is 4 and 4/10, and that will give me A. Okay? Then I go back to my question. It wants Wy. Wy is also A, so I will put here Wy. So this is my answer, and I need units. My units is millimeter. Millimeter, and then equal A. Move A a little bit here, like that. Okay? Question 30. I have the big part from F to K, but I don't have these small parts. And these small parts, what do I know? They are congruent. How do I know? Because of the congruency ishara. These marks over here mean congruent, okay? So because I don't know them, I will use a variable, okay? Then I will write my formula. Big equals small 1 plus small 2 plus small 3 plus small 4. Then I label what I am calling big. Big is from F to K. Small 1 is from F to G. Then G to H is small 2. Then H to J is small 3. Then J to K is small 4. FK I know is 16 and 8/10. And then I know FG is A, GH is A, HJ is A, and JK is A. Then if I add all my A's, I should get 4A. So because I have 4 different parts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 4 different parts that are of the same value. Okay, then I will divide each side by 4, and I will get 4 and 2/10. What the question wants, FG. FG is also A, so I'll just put here equals to FG. And then I need to check my work. I need to do 4.2 plus 4.2 plus 4.2 plus 4.2 and see if it's gonna give me 16 and 8/10. Okay? Okay, same. I have how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. And all my parts are congruent. So I'm going to replace them with a variable because I don't know the value of the number. Okay? But I know that I have a big part that is divided into 4 equal parts. So small 1, small 2, small 3, small 4. Then my big part is PT. My small part is PQ. My second small part is QR. My third small part is RS. And the last small part is ST. What do I know? I know PT is 14 and 4/10. I know PQ is A, because they're all congruent. I have to use the same variable, okay? So this is 14 and 4/10 equals to 4A. Divide by 4, divide by 4. A equals to 4 and 2, 4 and 2 tenths. No. That cannot be 4 and 2 tenths. 4 goes into 14 3 times, and then 24. Okay, so this will be 3.6, 3 and 6 tenths. Where's my pen? Okay, 3 and 6 tenths. Okay, but question told me it wants from Q to T. Q to T is from here to here. Q to T. See? Q to T. So that means one small part will be missing from the big part. So I can do QT equals to big minus small one. So big is how much? PT minus PQ. And that will give me 14 and 4 tenths minus 3 and 6 tenths. Okay, and that should give me 10 and 8 tenths inches. And this is my answer for QT. I can do it like that. I can also do that QT equals to QR plus RS plus ST. I don't know QT, but I know it is A, and A here. And I know my A is 3 and 6 tenths. So I'm going to write 3.6 or 3 and 6 tenths, 3 and 6 tenths, 3 and 6 tenths. And because I'm repeating it 3 times, I'm going to do it like that. And I should get 10 and 8 tenths of an inch. And this is my answer. So I have different ways of getting 10, and it's how you look at the question. It is important for you to think correctly mathematically. That's what is important, okay? So I've shown you here 2 different ways of doing the same thing, okay? All right. Now, what do you notice here? The question tells you that CD is congruent to DE because they have used that. So you're going to do CD is congruent to DE. So you're going to write 2x plus 7 is equals to 4 parentheses x minus 3. Then you're going to do distributive property. You're going to get 2x plus 7 equals to 4x minus 12. So this is minus, I put my letters, I like putting my letters on the left. Okay, so my variable will be negative 4x will move. 4x is moving. How is it moving? Negatively. It's moving negatively. Positive 7 will move. It will move negatively. Okay. So that and that becomes 0. This becomes negative 2x equals to negative 19. Okay. And then you will divide both sides by negative 2. And you get x equals to 19 out of 2. Then Sual wants DE. Sual does not want X. X is going to help you to get DE. So then you have to continue doing DE equals 4 parentheses 19 over 2 minus 3 close parentheses, close this parenthesis. I should make this a bigger parenthesis like that. Okay, so now you will get 4 and how much is this? This should be 13. Yes, that should be 13. Yes. How do I know? Because I can change this. So if I want to subtract, so I have 19 over 2 minus 3 over 1. I need 2 to be here, so I will divide this by 2. So this will be 19 over 2 minus 6 over 2, and that will give me 13 over 2. Okay? So 13 over 2, and then now I will 2 goes here 1 time, 2 goes here 2 times, and now 2 times 13 is 26. So DE is 26 what units? We don't have units given, so we will write the word units. Now, how do I check? I can repeat. Let's check if I'll get 26 with CD. CD, I am checking my work. I should get 26. If I don't get 26, I solved wrongly. So 2 parentheses 19 over 2 plus 7. These 2 and these 2 go away. 19 plus 7 equals 26. So I am correct. So yes, this is my answer. So we have here, we need to find UX. We need to find from here to here, okay? So that's big, okay? So big equals, now, I have 3 parts that are congruent. But all these 3 parts have X, so I have to find X first. Okay, so let's write our kanun. UX is the big part, and it is made of UV plus VW plus WX. Okay. Step 1, UV is congruent to VW. That is what I know because of this ishara. I also know that VW is congruent to WX. And I also know that UV is congruent to WX, okay? This I know. Now, it doesn't matter which of these rules I have written or these theorems I've written over here. I choose whichever one I want, okay? So, I'm going to choose, no, I want to choose, let me choose this one. I'll choose this one because the numbers are smaller, okay? So I will choose that one. Now, what will I say? I say UV. So, but it doesn't matter. You can do this, you can do this. It's up to you. Your choice has nothing to do with me, okay? So this is 3x plus 1. Whichever one you do, you should get the same answer as what I get. That's the what is important, okay? Then I will subtract 2x on both sides, and I will subtract 1 on both sides. So then this goes away, I get x equals to this goes away, and this is 7. Now I can come here and do my work. So now I have 3 parentheses x plus 1 plus 4 parentheses x minus 6 plus 2x plus 2 parentheses x plus 8. This answer must be the same as this answer and must be the same as this answer. If I get different rakams, I solved wrongly over here. Okay? If this is not, these 3 numbers here are not the same, it means I solved wrongly. So let's check. What is 3 times 7 plus 1? That should be 21. And 21 plus 1 is 22. Okay? Then I should do here positive 4 times 7 is 28. 28 minus 6 is positive 22. Okay? So far, so good. Positive 2 times 7 is 14. And 14 plus 8 is 22. Very good. So it means I solved correctly. Okay? So now 22 times 3 is 66. So this is UX. UX. And you box your answer. And it did not give us a specific unit, so we are going to write units. Okay. So now we are here. The question is asking us to use the number line. What are you using the number line for? To find the distance. To find the distance from where? from J to L. So I'm going to do it two different ways. Okay, J is over here. Okay, this is J. And J is at -7. And you want to go to L. L is -2. So -6, -5, -4, -3, -2. So this should be L, and this should be -2. Then I confirm -6, -5, -4, -3. Then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So JL equals 5 units. And you box your answer. Or you can use the formula. And what is the formula you're going to use? Absolute value of x1 minus x2. Remember, the answer to an absolute value will never be negative. So JL equals to absolute value of -7 minus -2. So this will become absolute value of -5, and this will equal to 5 units. Remember, if this is negative, your answer will be positive. If this is positive, your answer will still be positive, because distance can never be negative. So you do the same thing here from J to K. So this is J. This is J, and the number is how much? -7. And you want to go to K, which is -4. -6, -5, -4. Okay. You put your dot there, -4. And this is K. How many spaces you got? 3 spaces. And because you got 3 spaces, you're going to write here JK equals to 3 units. Okay. Or you're going to use the formula. I'm going to use, say, JK equals to x1 minus x2 absolute value of x1 minus x2. Then you're going to do -7 minus -4. That should give you -3. And that should give you 3 units. So I have shown you two different ways of you doing this question. You can use the number line and make your mountains by counting the spaces. So this is what, -6 and -5, like that. Okay. So from K to P, K is -4. Okay. So this is K and it is -4. And you're going to P, which is 5. Yes. Okay, and your answer should be 9 spaces. So now you're going to P, which is 5. Now, if I don't want to count my spaces, here I will use 0. Why? Because 0 is between -4 and 5. Here I cannot use 0 because 0 is not between -7 and -4. The same thing here. -7 and -2 doesn't have 0, so I cannot use 0. So here I can use 0 because I have negative and positive numbers, so 0 is somewhere between them. So from -4 to 0 is 4 spaces. And from 0 to 5 is 5 spaces. So altogether, I have 9 spaces. Remember, this is K and this is P. Okay? So I'm going to write here KP is 9 units. Okay? Or I will use my formula, x1 minus x2 inside the absolute value, KP equals Then you're going to put absolute value of -4 minus 5. -4 minus 5. It will give you absolute value of -9, which will give you 9 units. And you box your answer. Okay. So this will be KP, like that. NP, same thing, from 3 to 5 is 2 spaces. 3 to 5 is 2 spaces. So NP equals to 2 units. Okay, or use your formula. NP equals to absolute value of x1 minus x2, which is equal to 3 minus 5, which is equals to absolute value of -2, which is equals to 2 units. Remember, you should know both methods so you can use one method to check the other. So let's do JP from J to P. Okay, from J to P, J is here, -7, and P is here, excuse me, 5. So 0 is somewhere between them. So this is 7 spaces, and here is 5 spaces. And that means altogether this is 12 spaces. So you're going to say JP equals to 12 units. And remember, write clearly. You have to write clearly. 12 spaces. Be proud of your work. No, right? This is not spaces here. You're supposed to write units. Okay. And then check using the Kanun. X1, absolute value of X1 minus X2. And then here you're going to do, what is here? -7 minus 5. Then you're going to get absolute value of -12, which becomes 12 units. And JP. Make your absolute value longer so that you don't confuse it as a number. Make it longer and darker. This way you don't confuse it for it to be a number. Okay? All right, LN from L to N. Let's see. No, let me use this space up here. So from L is what? -2. And N is +3. So when you have a negative and a positive number, use 0. Okay? So this is 2 spaces. And this is 3 spaces. So altogether, 5 spaces. So L to N equals to 5 units. Then use, what do you want to use? Kanun to check your work. So Ln equals to absolute value x1 minus x2. Your numbers are -2 minus 3. Your answer for this step is absolute value of -5, which is 5 units. And you write Ln. Okay. Now, I notice my number line is missing some numbers. So this is -7, -5, -3, -1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So that's how I start. I fill my number line, make sure I know my numbers. Okay? Now I want to do J to K. J to K, it's from 6 to 9. Okay? So this is 6, which is J. 6, 7, 8, 9. This is K, and this is 9. How many jumps? Those are 3 spaces. So I write JK equals to 3 units. And I box my answer. 3 spaces. Okay? Then I can do my check with the formula. JK is absolute value x1 minus x2. And then you have 6 minus 9, which will give you absolute value of -3, which will give you positive 3 units. And you box your answer. Okay, let's do LK. LK. L is 11. And K is 9. And K is 9. 10, 9. So those are 2 spaces. Okay, so you're going to write L to K equals to 2 spaces. You box your answer. And you're going to do LK equals to x1 minus x2. Here you're going to get x1 is 11 minus 9. You see why I say you make this darker? Because you'll confuse it to be a 1. Make it darker. And then this will be absolute value of 2, which will be 2 units. So you're going to say LK is 2 units. F to G, F is -3. Oh, and G is 0. So those are 3 spaces. From -3 to 0, those are 3 spaces. So this F to G is 3 units. And I box my answer. And then I check F to G using x1 minus x2. And this one is -3 minus 0, which is absolute value of -3, which is 3 units. And you box your answer. Okay. Now we want to find distance. Okay. But after we find distance, we need the approximate value. How do I know I need the approximate value? Because question says to the nearest tenth. So I have to remember how to round. So when you get a decimal, let's say 2.6784, the nearest tenth, you circle the number, the digit after the decimal. That's the 10th place. It says nearest tenth, first digit after the decimal. It says nearest hundredth, second digit. It says nearest thousandth, third digit. But because the question said nearest tenth, we circle the first digit after the decimal, we underline the digit after. Now, if this number that you have underlined is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then you're going to add 1 to your circle. If this digit is 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, then you don't add. You only add 1 if this number that you have underlined is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay? All right, so now let's see this. It says find the distance between each pair of points and round to the nearest tenth if necessary. What does that mean? Sometimes you can round, sometimes you will not round. Okay? So now let's remember distance formula. Distance equals the square root x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. That is the distance formula. Okay? Label your ordered pair. Now, these rakams written like this, they're called ordered pair, they're called coordinate, they're called points. The question can ask this in different ways, okay? So, a number written in the format of x, y, okay, I didn't want to use my space, okay. A number written in this format, x, y, is called a point. It is also called an ordered pair. Use vocabulary, ordered pair. It is also called a coordinate. So you should know when the su'al is using, because the question can use either of this vocabulary. So you should know what it means, okay? All right, now I will label my ordered pair. So this will be x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay? Then I refill my formula. What is my x's? -4 minus -5 squared. What are my y's? 9, subtract 3, and then square it. Then this will give me 1 squared. You have to use parentheses. Use the parentheses. Okay? That will give you 1 plus 36. That will give you square root of 37. And that will give you approximately 6 and 827 ten thousandths. Okay. Anyway, circle this, underline that. Am I adding? Yes, because this number is 5 or more. So now my answer is 6 1/10 units. And you box your answer. Remember, this is the approximate value, not equal. Use the approximate because you're rounding. You are rounding, you have to use approximate value, okay? I'm not going to repeat Kanun, so this is D equals, then I'll put parentheses here, 2 minus 5 squared plus, because I've already written the Kanun here. So that's why I'm not writing the Kanun again. And this is 4 minus 7 squared. Then I make sure you label your points so that you don't confuse x1, x2, y2. Okay? So this is -3 squared plus -3 squared. That will be 9 plus 9. That will be 18. That will be approximately, this simplifies to 3 square root 2. And then now approximately, you should get 4 and 3, 4, 2, 6. Circle that, underline this. We are not adding, so our answer is 4 3/10 units. And we box our answer. Okay, same thing. Okay, I'm not writing the Kanun. D equals the square root. We put here x1, y1, x2, y2. So my x is 6 minus 3 squared. And then here plus 4 minus 2 squared, like that. And then, or you write the Kanun once, D equals square root x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. Okay. Then you replace 6 minus 3 is 3, parenthesis squared. 4 minus 2 is 2, squared. This gives me 9, and this gives me 4. This gives me, what is 9 plus 4? What is 9 plus 4? 13. Okay. 13. So the square root of 13 is approximately 3605. Circle, underline, we are not adding. Our answer is 3 6/10 units. And you box your answer. Okay. So D equals square root x1, y1, x2, y2, -1 minus -3 squared plus 8 minus 3 squared. Okay. So you have that. This should give you the square root of 2 squared. And this should give you 5 squared. And this should give you 4, and this should give you 25. And this should give you 29, square root of 29, which should be approximately 5 and 3, 8, 5. And then you circle 3, you underline 8, you're adding 1 to the circle, and that is 5 4/10 units. Okay. All right. So let's read the question and understand what it wants. So it's telling me I need to use the number line to do what? To find the coordinate of what? Of the midpoint, okay, of each segment. So I always tell you, my picture shows me my thinking. My picture helps me to think. So there is a letter K, which is at -4, and a letter M, or a point M, which is at 0. And it wants me to find the midpoint. So from K to M is 4 spaces. So the midpoint has to be in 2 spaces. So I count 1, 2, the midpoint has to be here. Okay? Now, what number is this? -3, -1. So here is my midpoint. So the midpoint of -4 and 0 should be -1. Okay. What does the midpoint do? The midpoint cuts my line into 2 equal parts. So here is the midpoint. This distance is the same as this distance. So I need to find the number here. Now let us see, using the formula, if my answer is correct. So midpoint will equal x1 plus x2 divided by 2. Remember, I told you the midpoint finds the distance between my points and divides it by 2. Okay. The midpoint can be negative because it is a point. So it can be negative, it can be positive, it can be a fraction, it can be a decimal. X1 is -4 plus 0, I divide by 2. Then I get -4 divided by 2. I'm here. I'm the one who labeled wrongly. From -3, I should go to -2, not -1, -2. So I am correct. The midpoint is -2. And I box my answer. Remember, it is a point, so it doesn't have units. Okay, let's try this one from J to P. From J to P, no, label half should be up, Ra comes down. -6 is at J, and P is at 5. Okay. Now, this will be 11. This will be 11. The distance from here to here is 11 points, 11 spaces. And because it is 11 spaces, half of 11 is 5.5. Okay, so from J to P is 11 spaces. So I'm going to divide by 2. I should get 5.5. So I need to move 5.5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So this will be -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. This will be -0.5. So that's where my answer should be for the midpoint. Okay. Now let's check with so my answer here, the midpoint of JP will be at -0.5 or 0.5. So MP equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2. X1 is -6 plus 5 will give me -1 divided by 2 or -0.5 or -5/10. And then I write here MP and here MP. And I write or. Okay. And let's try ln. ln. L is -2 and n is 3. So this is 5 spaces. Half of 5 spaces is 2.5 spaces. So 1, 2.5 spaces. That's where my midpoint will be. So this is -3, this is -1, this is 0, and this is positive because it's on the right of 0, so 0.5. So let's check with our formula. Midpoint equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2. x1 is -2 plus 3 divided by 2. You get 1 divided by 2, or you will get half or 5/10. So the midpoint of ln is at 0.5 or at half. Okay, so remember, you can write your answer as a fraction or a decimal, positive or negative. Midpoint can be negative. Distance cannot be. Okay. Let's continue. We are doing M to P. So I'm going to use, this is 5 spaces, so 2.5. Here is the midpoint. 2.5 should be my answer, or 2.5. If I don't get that, I am wrong. x1 plus x2 divide 2. You're finding the midpoint. x1 is m, which is 0, plus p, which is 5, divide by 2. That will give you 5/2, or it will give you 2.5. Okay, so MP, MP, and you box your answer like that. Okay. You have MP for LP. L is what? -2. and P is 5. So those are 7 spaces. 7 divided by 2, that is 5. Nope, not 5. That is 3.5. 3.5. Okay, so if I'm starting at -2 and I am stopping at 5, those are 7 spaces. Are there 7 spaces? Yes, there are 7 spaces. So my answer will be here, somewhere here. That doesn't look okay. Okay, let's just check with the Kanun. What is it? -2 plus 5 divided by 2. Am I doing it correctly? Or do I want L to P? L to P. Okay. L is -2, P is 5. Okay. So this will be 3 divided by, 1.5. I'm the one who's wrong. Okay. Kanun says it's 3/2 or 1.5. Now let me see what I did wrong. Yeah, because this is too closer to here. That's too close to there. Oh, I should count 3 spaces. Yes. So 1, 2, 3.5. Yes. Yes. Okay. So yes, 7 spaces divided by 2 is 3.5 spaces. So you count 3.5 spaces from the either end, and where you stop, that's where your midpoint is. So this, according to my picture, I am correct. Okay. So you have here MP and here MP, and you box your answer. Then here you have JN. So from J to N, this is J and this is N. J is -6 and N is 3. Those are 9 units. So 9 spaces. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5 spaces. So 4.5 spaces will be 1, 2, 3, 4.5. There. Okay. So -5, -4, -3, -2, -1.5. Okay. That should be your answer. Now let's check with the formula. So we have -6. MP equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. -6 plus 3 divided by 2. -3 divided by 2 will give you -1.5. So your answer is that or that. MP. Midpoint. MP stands for midpoint. Okay? Instead of me writing the whole word out. Okay. We move on. Okay. This question is slightly different. Slightly. One, your answer must be points. Why? How do I know my answer must be point? It says find the coordinates. Then it says here, find the coordinates of the midpoint of a segment with given endpoints. So you have a line, you have a dot here and a dot here. You want to find this dot. And this dot is your MX. This is your MX, and this is your MY. So that's what you want. That's what you don't know, because that's what the Su'al said. Find the coordinates of the midpoint. You don't know mx and you don't know my. But this is your x1, y1, x2, y2. So divide your workspace into two. You're going to do your x's here and your y's here. Okay, so you're going to write mx equals x1 plus x2 divide by 2. You're going to write my equals y1 plus y2 divide by 2. And then you just put your numbers. This becomes 5 plus 3 divide 2. And this becomes 11 plus 1 divide 2. This is 8 divide 2. And this is 10 divide 2. And they both give you 4 and 5. They each give you whatever number, 4. 4 comes from here, 5 comes from here. And you box your answer. That's your answer. That's your mx, that's your my. So you do the same thing over here. Divide your page into 2. You're going to do here your x's, you're going to do here your y's. Okay? And then here you're going to write mx equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, my y1 plus y2 divided by 2. You're going to get 7 plus 3 divided by 2. You're going to get negative, negative 5 plus 3 divided by 2. You're going to get 10 divided by 2. You're going to get negative 2 divided by 2. And your answer will be what? 5, negative 1. And you box your answer. And remember, you want to find mx, my. That's what you're finding. Okay? Then you do this one. I don't have space, so I'm going to do it up and down like this. So here I'm going to do my x, and here I'm going to do my y. Okay? So mx okay. Mx equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2, which gives you negative 8 plus 2 divided by 2, which gives you negative 6 divided by 2, which gives you negative 3. My is y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So that will be negative 11 plus 5 divided by 2, negative 6 divided by 2, and that gives you negative 3. So your answer for mx, my is negative 3, negative 3, and you box your answer. Okay? 21. All right, let's do 22. So I need to make this. Everybody has to have their own space. Space is a little bit bigger, so I'm going to move it this way. Okay. Let me change the pen. Let's use blue. It's fine. Okay. All right. So you want mx, my. That's what I want. Find the coordinates of the midpoint. Okay, so here I'm going to do my x's, here I'm going to do my y's. Mx equals x1 plus x2 divided by 2. My equals to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. 7 plus 2 divided by 2. 0 plus 4 divided by 2, 9 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, this equals to 2. So my answer is 9. So my answer, I can write it two different ways. I can write it 9 over 2, comma 2, or I can write it 4.5, comma 2. Either way, one of them is correct, okay? Not one of them, both of them are correct. Both of them are correct. I just changed this fraction to decimal. Okay, so same thing here. I'm not going to write the formula. It's already over here. So I'm just going to write mx. Okay. Mx equals to -5 plus 2 divided by 2. Oh, make sure you label so that you don't confuse x1, y1, x2, y2. x1, y1, x2, y2. x1, y1, x2, y2. And here you have 1 plus 6 divided by 2. And this is -3 over 2. And this is 7 over 2. So you can write your answers. This is my. You can write your answers either as fractions. So you're going to put that -3 over 2, comma 7 over 2, or -1.5, comma 3.5. Okay. So your answer can come as a fraction or as a decimal. Okay. This is x, this is y. So to here x and here y, mx, my. Okay, -4 plus 12 divided by 2, -7 plus -6 divided by 2. This becomes 8 divided by 2, which gives me 4. This becomes -13 divided by 2. Okay, so my answer will be 4, -13 over 2, or 4, -6.5. So that's how I write my answer. Okay. All right. Now this is different. Here you have been given the midpoint and you have 3 points on the line and one of the point is missing. Okay, that's what we are doing over here. Okay, so you make sure you read the question for you to understand and you draw the picture. Otherwise, you will solve wrongly. Find the coordinates of the missing endpoint. If B, why did I underline that? Of the missing endpoint, if B is the midpoint of AC. So that means I have a line called AC and B is the midpoint. A, B, C. This is the midpoint. If this is the midpoint, this is M, this is MX, MY. Okay? This is my first point, X1, Y1. This is my second point. This is X2, Y2. That's how you interpret this wall. You have 2 points, A and B, sorry, A and C, and between A and B at the middle, that's why we are calling it the midpoint. you put B. And then B is represented by mx, my. So I will draw this picture again. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is the midpoint, this is mx, my. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Okay, now according to my swan, I have C, which is -5, 4. Make sure you read carefully. C, you go to C in your picture. B, you go to B in your picture. The points might not be in order. I don't have rakams, I will leave it that. So now, I do it two ways. Here I will do my x's, here I will do my y's. mx equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. I want to remove this 2. I will multiply both sides by 2. So now I have new kanun, 2mx, 2mx, and because I know mx, I will put it in parentheses, equals x1 plus x2. So here it will be 2 parentheses my equals to y1 plus y2. Now let's go to my picture. I'm going to change this color. Do I know mx? Yes, it is -2. So I have 2 multiply -2 equals x1. I don't know. Do I know x2? Yes, -5 plus -5. This becomes -4 equals to x1 minus 5, because a positive multiply a negative becomes a negative. Okay? Now I want x1. I will add 5 on both sides. X1 equals to who? 1. Then I will do this. 2. Do I know my? Yes, my is 5. This will give me 10. Do I know y1? No, I don't know y1. Do I know y2? Yes, it is 4. So now I have y1, 4. I subtract 4 on both sides. I get 6 equals to y1. My answer is x, y. My x is 1, my y is 6, parentheses, and this is A. And I box my answer, just like that. Okay? Same thing I will do here for x. I will do here for y. My formula is 2mx equals to x1 plus x2, and 2my equals to y1 plus y2. Okay? Now, according to my picture, do I know x1? Yes, it is 1. And y1 is 7. Do I know mx? Yes, it is -3, 1. Do I know x2, y2? No, because I don't have any numbers for C. Now I replace my formula. 2, -3, 1 plus x2. I don't know it. 2, +1, 7 plus y2. -6 equals to 1 plus x2 minus 1 minus 1. This is 0. This is -7 equals to x2. I agree. This is 2 equals to 7 plus y2 minus 7 minus 7. This is -5 equals to y2. So my answer is C, x, y, -7, -5. Very good. Okay. Same thing. I draw my picture. This is A. B has to be at the midpoint, and C must be at the end. Same thing. A must be at the first, A must be the beginning of the line, B must be in the middle, and C at the end. So this is MX, MY. The minute I see the word midpoint and coordinate and midpoint, I see this, I should have MX, MY. So this is MX, MY. So then you can put X1, Y1, X2, Y2. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. A, -4, 2. B, 6, -1. I don't have C. I don't have A, I have B, -3, -5. I have C, -6, -2. Then I write my formula, 2 parentheses mx equals to x1 plus x2. 2 parentheses my equals to y1 plus y2. Same thing here. Here I'm doing my x's, here I'm doing my y's. Okay. Same thing. I'm doing my x's, I'm doing my y's. 2mx equals x1 plus x2, and 2my's equals to y1 plus y2. All right, 2 multiplies 6, -4 plus x2. 2 multiply -1, 2 plus y2. 12 equals -4 plus x2 plus 4 plus 4. 16 equals to x2. Okay. -2 equals to 2, comma, plus y2. -2 minus 2. -4 equals to y2. Our answer is 16, comma, -4. And we box. No. Wait. Okay. We can bring it this here. What are we looking for? C. C parentheses 16, comma, -4. And we box our answer. Okay, this is your X, this is your Y. Okay. All right. So this is 2 parentheses. What is mx? -3. x1, I don't know it, plus -6. 2 parentheses -5. I don't know y1, plus -2. A positive and a negative become a positive, multiply a negative, become a negative. Same thing here. So now you have -6 equals to x minus 6. -10 equals to y1 minus 2. Plus 2 plus 2. -8 equals to y1 plus 6 plus 6. 0 equals to x1. Then write your answer. Your answer is A, parentheses 0, comma, -8. Comma, -8. What's your answer? Okay. Right. Nothing different, just because you have decimal, that's not a big deal. So I'm going to divide this here. I'm going to divide this here. I'm going to divide this here. I'm going to do my x's and my y's. I have a and b, so I don't have c, which is x2, y2. That's what I don't have. This is my mx, this is my my, this is x1, y1. So mx, no, 2mx, huh? 2 parentheses mx equals to x1 plus x2. And 2 parentheses my equals to y1 plus y2. 2 parentheses negative 4 equals to 4 plus x2. 2 parentheses 6.5 equals to negative 0.25 plus y2. This will give you negative 8 equals to 4 plus x2 minus 4 minus 4. That will give you negative 12. This is your x2. This should give you 13. And this should give you negative 0.25 plus y2. Plus 0.25 plus 0.25. That should give you 13.25 equals to y2. Your answer is negative 12, 13.25. Just like that. What half are we looking for? C. And you box your answer. Make sure your half is a capital letter because it's representing a point. Okay? All right. So then you do the same thing here. You do your x's, you do your y's. This is too long. Maybe up to there. You have 2mx equals to x1 plus x2. You have 2my equals to y1 plus y2. 2mx. mx is b. So 8/3. This is your mx. This is your my. This is your x2, y2. Okay? I don't have x1. x2 is 5/3. So you have 6/3 equals to x1 plus 5/3. Minus 5/3 minus 5/3. That gives you 11/3 equals to x1. Okay? And then you have 2 my. Your my is 4. Make it in parentheses. Okay? And then this is y1. I don't have it. I have y2, which is negative 6. So this is 8 equals to y minus 6. Because a positive multiply a negative is a negative. Plus 6 plus 6, this is 14 equals to y1. Okay? Then you write your answer. A parentheses 11/3, 14. Why am I not changing this to decimal? Because it will give you a repeating decimal. So if you get a repeating decimal, you cannot use a decimal. You write it as a fraction, okay? You leave it as a fraction. Now, question is asking us to do elimination. Now, remember elimination is houses, but if I have same rakam, same half. And here I don't have, so I will use parentheses. So I'll do parentheses here, and I'll do parentheses here. I will eliminate. Okay, I'll eliminate y. So I'll put 5 here and 4 here. And then I will do distributive property. Okay? I'll do distributive property. I should have brought my calculator with me. Okay. So 5 times 3x is 15x. 5 times 15x, I wrote 15 only, 15x. 5 times 4y is 20y. And 29 times 5, see, this is why I should have brought my calculator. 29 times 5. Okay, let's see. 145. Okay, this is 24x, this is 20y, and this is 172. 43 times 4, 172. I agree. Now I can make my houses because my y's are the same rakam, same half. Now, what did we say when the ishara is the same? We minus. 15x minus 24x. That should give me negative 9x. And this should give me 63. But negative, I think. 145 minus 172. Oh, I'm creating my own math. This is negative 27. Divide by negative 9, divide by negative 9. X is 3. Now let's find y. Use either equation. So 3x parentheses plus 4y equals to 29. 3 times 3 plus 4y equals to 29. 9 plus 4y equals to 29. Subtract 9 on both sides. 4y equals to 20, divide by 4, divide by 4, y is 5. Xy is 3, 5. And you box your answer. XY, okay? Same thing here. I will eliminate. I can eliminate x, okay? So parentheses, I'll put here negative 7, I'll put here 8. And then I will get 8 times 7 should be 56, but that is negative 7, so negative 56. So negative 56x, this negative 56x, this will be negative 21y equals to negative 28. Negative 56x plus 40y plus 40y, what is 34 negative? 34 times 8, 272, so negative 272, okay? My isharas are the same, so I will minus. I'll make my 3 houses 0. This will be negative 61y. Negative 21y minus 40y is negative 61y. Then I have negative 28 minus negative 272. Negative 28 plus 272. So that gives me 244, okay? Then I need to divide this by 61. Am I doing my work correctly? No. So 244 divided by 61 is 4. So divide this by 61, but negative 61. So y equals to negative 4. Okay. Now find x. Negative 7x plus 5 parentheses y equals to negative 34. Negative 7x plus 5 parentheses negative 4 equals to negative 34. Negative 7x minus 20 equals to negative 34. Plus 20 plus 20, negative 7x equals to negative 14. Okay? Divide by negative 7, divide by negative 7. X is negative 2. No, x is 2. Because a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay? Then your answer is 2, negative 4, parentheses, xy. Box it. Make sure you check. Make sure you check your work to see if your answer is correct. Okay? Lazim, you check. Oh, I will use y because y has the small values. So put parentheses. Why am I putting parentheses? Because I don't have a harf that has the same rakam. And Su'al told me to do elimination. So I will do here 2, I will do here 3. So what is my new equation? 16x plus 6y equals to negative 14. 21x plus 6y equals to negative 9. I will subtract my y house, so that means I'm subtracting all the houses. 16 minus 21 should be 5, but negative. 16 minus 21 is negative 5x. This is 0. And negative 14 plus 9 should be negative 5. Then you divide both sides by negative 5, and you get x equals to 1. Then you have y. So I will choose this equation because it has smaller numbers, smaller values. Plus 2y, I know x, equals to negative 3. 7 times 1 plus 2y equals to negative 3. 7 plus 2y equals to negative 3. Minus 7 minus 7. 2y equals to negative 10. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Y equals to negative 5. Your answer is 1, negative 5. X, y. Box your answer. Okay, what should I use here? Word friendly, 4 and 3. Okay, eliminate x. 4 and 3 are friendly. So 3 and 4. Okay. So the coefficient of x, you take it to the second. The coefficient of x in the first equation, you take it to the second equation. The coefficient of x in the first equation, you take it to the first equation. Then you do distributive property. You multiply all your coefficients with the coefficient that is outside your parentheses. Okay, this is 12x plus 21y equals to negative 240. This is 12x plus 20y equals to, what is 58 times 4? 232, but negative. Okay, we will subtract our houses. make 3 houses. So this goes away. This 21 minus 20 is 1y. 1y. In math, we don't write 1 if it's the coefficient. Don't write it. So negative 240 minus negative 232. That should give us negative 8. Then you divide by 1. Really? Divide by 1. Y equals to negative 8. Find x. Choose one of the equations. Doesn't matter. 4 parentheses y. 4 parentheses y. 4x plus 7 parentheses y equals negative 80. 4x plus 7 parentheses negative 8 equals negative 80. This should give me negative 56. 4x. Okay, then we will add 56 on both sides. Okay. This is 80, this is negative 80 plus 56 plus 56. This is 0, this is 4x equals to that should give me negative 24. And I divide both sides by 4, x equals to negative 6. And then you write here negative 6, comma, negative 8. And this is x, comma, y, and you box your answer. Okay. Elimination. Eliminate y. It's easier because we have 1 as a coefficient. Here I will multiply by 1. Here I will multiply by negative 3. I will do that. I will do that. So this is 12x. This is negative 3. Y. This is negative 3. This is 18, but negative. Negative 18x, negative 3y equals to negative 3. I have a minus. Because my rakams are the same ishara. Very good, very, very good. Very good. Okay. 12 plus 18, that's 30. X. Why my house is going beyond the border? This is 0. This is 0. Negative 3 plus 3. Yes, that's 0. Why am I second guessing myself? Divide by 30 on both sides. X is 0. Okay, then you find y. Hey, don't say no solution because x is 0. No, 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 no. X is 0, find y. If x is 0, lazim you find y. 6 parentheses x plus y equals to 1. 6 parentheses 0 plus y equals to 1. 0 plus y equals to 1. Y is 1. Your answer is 0, 1, x, y. Box it, box it, box it. Who are friends here? These ones are better. I'll eliminate y. Okay. So I'll put 3 here, 2 here. I'll do distributive property 3 different times on each equation. Negative 12x plus 6y equals to 0. 20x plus 6y equals 16. 3 houses minus, because my signs are the same. My operations are the same. This is 0. This is negative 22x. No, that is not true. This is negative 32x. This is negative 16. You divide by negative 32, you divide by negative 32 on both sides. X is nus, positive 1/2, or 0.5. Am I right? I am right. I am right. 16 divide 32 is the half. Now let's find y. Find y, find y, find y, find y, y. Which equation? Let's use the first one. It's better. 4 negative parenthesis x plus 2y equals to 0. Negative 4 multiplied by half plus 2y equals to 0. Negative 2 plus 2y equals to 0. Plus 2 plus 2. 2y equals to 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, y equals to 1. So your answer, you can write it 2 different ways. So you can write 1 over 2, comma 1, or you can write it 0.5, comma 1. And you box your answer. And you remember this is x, this is y, this is x, this is y. Okay? Here I will eliminate x. I can also eliminate y, but I will eliminate x. So this is 1 and this is negative 3. I do distributive property here. Here I will not do distributive property because my coefficient is 1. If you multiply any value with 1, it stays the same. It does not change. Negative 3x, negative 3y equals to negative 6. Negative 3x plus 4y equals to 15. I will minus because these isharas are the same. Go to my houses. This is 0. This is negative 7y. This is negative 21. I will divide by negative 7. I will divide by negative 7. Y equals to 3. Then I will find x. I will use the first equation. So x plus parenthesis y equals to 2. X plus parenthesis 3 is equals to 2. This becomes x plus 3 equals to 2. Minus 3 minus 3. X equals to negative 1. And this is negative 1, comma 3. And you box your answer. This is your x, this is your y. Okay. I will eliminate y. This is negative 1, this is 5. Why am I starting in the middle? Okay. So this is 5x minus 5y equals to negative 40. 7x, but negative minus 5y equals to negative 16. I will minus. If I minus all houses. This is 12x. This is 0. Negative 40 plus 16 is negative 24. Divide by 12, divide by 12, this goes away. X equals to negative 2. Find y, I will use the first equation, x minus y. I know x, it will be in parentheses, equals to negative 8. Negative 2 minus y equals to negative 8. Nothing changes here, so this becomes negative 2 minus y equals negative 8, plus 2 plus 2, negative y equals to negative 6. Divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, y is 6. Your answer is negative 2, 6, x, y. Box your answer. How many more do we have of this? Okay. So I will eliminate x. I'll multiply here by 1. I'll multiply here by negative 4. So I'll have negative 4x minus 20y equals to 68 negative. 17 times negative 4 should be 68. So 17 times negative 4 is negative 68. The second equation stays the same because the coefficient we are using is positive 1, and this is 24. You're going to make your houses. And then you're going to decide whether you're adding or subtracting. Because these isharas are the same, you will subtract. So this is 0. This becomes negative 23y. And this becomes negative 92. Okay? So then a negative divided negative is a positive. 92 divided 23 is 4. So divide by negative 23, divide by negative 23. This goes away. This gives me 4. I will use the first equation to find x. X plus 5 parentheses y equals 17. X plus 5 parentheses arba equals to 17. X plus 20 equals to 17 minus 20 minus 20. X is negative 3. Negative 3, 4. And you box your answer. Okay? I'll eliminate y because of 1. Told you, you work smart. Don't work hard. Work smart. Work smart. Don't want too much steps. This is Wahed here. And this is Ithnena. So 6 times 2 is 12x plus 2y equals to 78 negative. Okay? And this is 3x plus 2y equals to negative 15. And then you make your houses. Isharas are the same. You minus. This becomes 12 minus 3 should be 9. 9x. This is 0. This, I don't know. I don't remember. Let me think. 78 plus 15. That should be something with the 3. 63. See? Then you divide by 9, both sides. This goes away. X equals to negative 7. Okay? If x is equal to negative 7, now you need to find y. I'll use the first equation. 6x plus y equals to negative 39. I want y. 6x minus 6x. This goes away. Y equals to negative 6 parenthesis x minus 39. Negative 6 times negative 7 minus 39. This is positive 42 minus 39. What does this give me? 12 minus 9 is 3. So, okay, so y is 3. Y is 3. So your answer is negative 7, 3. And you box it. And you label it x, y. Okay? Oh. I'll eliminate x. 4 here, 2 here. So what do I get? I get 8x plus 20y equals to 44. I get 8x plus 6y equals to Ithnina. My houses, my rakams are the same, my half are the same, my shar are the same. I minus in each house. 20 minus 6 is 14y. 44 minus 2 is 42. Divide by 14, divide by 14. Y is Thalatha. Okay? Now I will find x. I will use this one. 4 parentheses x. No, I don't know x. I want x. 4x plus 3 parentheses y equals to 1. 4x plus 3 parentheses 3 equals to 1. 4x plus 9 equals to 1. 4x equals to negative 8. Divide by 4. X is negative 2. And your answer is negative 2, 3. X, y. And you box your answer, box your answer. Okay, I'll eliminate y's. Okay, I'll eliminate y's. Negative 3, positive 6, distributive property that is 18x minus 18y equals to negative 36. Okay, 15x positive minus 18y equals to negative 36. I make my houses, I make my houses, I make my houses. I will minus here because the isharas are the same, rakams are the same, harf is the same. So this is 0, this is also 0, and this is 3x. Divide by 3, x is 0. Okay, then now find y. I will use the first equation, 3x parentheses minus 3y equals to negative 6. 3 parentheses 0 minus 3y equals to negative 6. This is 0, divide by negative 3 on both sides. Y is 2. Write your answer, 0, 2, x, y. Okay? Okay. Now we are here. Find the value of the variable yz. if y is between x and z. Draw your line. X and z and y. XY is 11. YZ is 4C. XZ is 83. Big equals small 1 plus small 2. Find the value of the variable. So your answer is C equals. Big is XZ. S1 is XY. YZ. XZ is 83. XY is 11 plus 4C. Subtract 11 on both sides. This goes away. 4C is Ithnena, 62. Ithnena, no, yes, 62. Yes. No, 72. 3 minus 1 is 2. 8 minus 1 is 7. Divide by 4, divide by 4. This goes away. 4 goes here one time, so 18. C should be 18. Oh, this is your answer. Why is it in a circle? And make sure you put it back in there and check. Okay? Always check your work. Always check your work. Your picture is important, very important. That diagram is important, We've been told y is between x and z. XY is 6b. YZ is 8b. XZ is 175. Big equals small 1 plus small 2. XZ equals XY plus YZ. XZ is 175. 6b plus 8b. That is 14b and 175. And you divide by 14 on both sides. Let us see how much does that give us. That will give us 175 divide 14, which is 12 and a half. So your answer will be 12 and a half equals B, or 12.5. Okay? All right, let's continue. You have to persevere. Okay, draw your picture. X, Y, Z. Draw your picture. X, Y, Z. XY is 7A, YZ is 5A. This is 6A plus 24. XY is what? 5.5. YZ is 2C. XZ is 8 9/10. Big equals small 1 plus small 2. XZ equals XY plus YZ. XZ equals, no. Big equals small 1 plus small 2. XZ equals to XY plus YZ. XZ is 6A plus 24 equals to 7A plus 5A. This equals to 12A. 6A plus 24 minus 6a minus 6a. 24 equals to 6a. Divide by 6, divide by 6. A equals to 4. And you box your answer. Okay? Okay. Write neatly, write clearly. Okay. Let's do this. This is 8 and 9/10. 5.5 plus 2c. This looks like 20. Okay. Minus 5.5, minus 5.5. This goes away. Arba, Thalatha, 2 and c, divide by 2, divide by 2. Sabatash with a decimal. This goes away. Okay? Box your answer. Box your answer. Make sure you check your work, please. Don't just X, Y, Z. XY is 5n. YZ is 2n. From here to here is 91. So, what do I write? Big equals small 1 plus small 2. XZ equals to XY plus YZ. 91 equals to 5n plus 2n. 91 equals to 7n. Divide by 7, divide by 7. N equals to 1, 3. Okay? 13. N equals to 13. So we do this here. X, Y, Z. XY 4W. YZ 6W. XZ 12W minus 8. Big equals small 1 plus small 2. Big XZ. S1 XY. S2 YZ. XZ 12W minus 8. XY 4W plus 6W equals to 10W. 12W minus 8 minus 12W minus 12W. This goes away. Negative 8 equals to negative 2W. I agree. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. This is W equals to 6. Box your answer. Box your answer. J to K. All right, we want to move from J to K. Okay, it say use the number line. Wahed, Ithnain, Talata. J to K is 9 units. You box your answer. That's not true. I jumped 3 units. This is 7, this is 9. So Kanun is x1 minus x2. Absolute value. 6 minus 9. Negative 3. 3 units. Remember, absolute value cannot be negative. Distance cannot be negative. Is that what the question said? Use the number line to find each measure. It wants me to go from J to K. J to K. J to K. 2 different ways. Okay, let's do L to K. L is what? 11. L is 11. I want to go to K. K is what? K is 9. 10, 9. Those are 2 jumps. L to K is 2 units. Didn't I do this question at some point? Why is it still here? I think I did this question. Okay, let's do LK, absolute value x1 minus x2. Remember, you should always know more than one way so that you can use both ways to check your work. 11 minus 9, absolute value of 2, which is 2 units. F to G, F to G, F to G, F is negative 3, negative 5, negative 7, negative 1, 1, 3, 5. Okay. F to G, F is negative 3, G is 0. This is 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 3 spaces. From negative 3 to 0 is 3 spaces. F, G is 3 units. Box your answer. F to G equals to x1 minus x2 inside the absolute value. Absolute value of negative 3 minus 0 is equals to absolute value of negative 3, which is 3 units. Again, remember, distance should never be negative. J to G. This is J, which is 6, and G is 0. Those are 6 spaces. So if those are 6 spaces, J to G is 6 units, and you box your answer, and you check with the Kanun. Absolute value x1 minus x2. Absolute value 6 minus 0. Absolute value of 6, which is 6 units. What's your answer? E to H. E to H. 6 negative. H is 3. How do I know? Negative 7, negative 5, negative 3, 1. Negative, 1 positive, 3 positive, 5 positive, 7 positive, 9 positive, 11 positive. Okay? 0 is somewhere here. So from this to this is 6 units. This to this is 3 units. So 6 spaces plus 3 spaces is 9 spaces. So E to H is 9 spaces, 9 units. Then we use the formula, we confirm that our answer for the first method is correct. E to H is absolute value of x1 minus x2, x1 negative 6 minus 3, absolute value of negative 9, which is 9 units. And you box your answer, L to F. Draw the line. This is 11, because this is L, this is F, this is negative 3. There is a 0 in between these two numbers. So this is 11 spaces plus 3 spaces. That gives us 14 spaces. So L to F is 14 units. Okay, so now let's try L to F using the Kanun, absolute value, x1 minus x2. Close your absolute value. 11 minus negative 3. This is absolute value of 14. This is 14 units. make sure you make your absolute value darker and longer. This way, you don't confuse, especially when you have these numbers that start with 1. You will confuse and then you will put 111. So make it bigger, okay? Make it longer and darker. That comes to the end of our EOT study. Come with questions. Come with questions. Come with questions, okay? All right.